Just tell us about Tadic, how he looked and
Yeah,
start, or?
he looked very sharp this week. He's hungry to play. He'll come into the squad. I haven't let the players know who's starting and who's on the bench, so I don't think I'll go through the media with that one. They can find out tomorrow before the game who's going to start. But he looked good. He's hungry and he's ready to play.
So is he the only new face in the squad?
No, there's also David Vrankovic comes into the squad. And that's about it. And there's the beauty of this week is that I've had virtually a full squad to choose from, except Mate, of course, has been out for the season, and Sam Mitchelton's just coming back. But the rest of the players are fit and ready to go. So it's we haven't had that too often this year, and it makes my job a lot easier because there's competition for places and players know that they need to perform.
I was going to say, have you ever had that this season? Apart from round one, maybe?
I don't think we have, and even round one I don't think we had it. So it's you know, the teams at the top seem to have had it most of the time, and you know, Western Sydney Wanderers is a perfect example. They've had a full strength squad most of the year, and it makes training more intense, and things are, you know, players know that they need to perform, or else they could be not only out of the starting 11 but out of the squad.
How's the pressure on the side at the moment? It just about feels like it's at that stage where it's just about sort of like a mini final every week now.
Yeah, well, we had that pressure since December. You know, after the Wellington game, I remember coming back in the new year, and I remember you, Lynchy, saying that these next two games are must-wins against Brisbane and Newcastle. And so since then our home games have been must-win games, so this is no different. The boys have been performing, you know, really well at home. They know that you know, it's another game that we have to win. We should at least make sure that we do everything possible to win the game, and you know, there's a lot of football to still be played, and we're confident that we can get the result we need on Monday night.
Is that 2 games in the space of 5 days, I think it is? Does that make it a bit tougher this week?
No, not when you're playing at home. It's easier. When you're playing away from home, and then you have to play back up 5 days later, it could be hard. And especially the Wellington trip or Dunedin, that was a tough trip. So we're lucky that we had 9 days to turn around. And look, if I see some boys need a bit of a rest for the next game, I would still change it up, because that's the beauty of having a full squad to choose from.
You've had a chance to think about that Dunedin game. It was poor, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was poor, but it was important that you know, we spoke about it early on in the week and made sure that the players knew, or they understand what I thought of the game and what we need to do to get better. And I think these 2 home games will, you know, go a long way to see if we can make finals, and you know, then we'll worry about the Brisbane game when it comes. But you know, we're confident that we can get the results we need at home.
That's pretty much it, is it? You need a minimum of 4 points from these 2 games to stay in the hunt for finals. If you don't get that, how are you doing?
Oh, yeah, we think that yeah, we'll probably need that, but we don't want to look too far ahead. And you know, I know our season away from home hasn't been good, but when we come to Brisbane, we seem to be able to get good results against them. So we just feel that tomorrow's important. We have to worry about tomorrow, focus on Adelaide, and make sure that we get the result we need for that game.
What were sort of the key lessons you took out of last week that you're looking to bring into tomorrow night?
Well, nothing from our away performance, because our home performance has been good. I'll talk to them again about our away performance when we play away.
So you really do treat it as just 2 completely different?
No, I treat game by game, but you know, and we analyse our away performance and our home performances every week. But you know, I don't want to harp on too much about last week's performance, because you know, the players were told at the beginning of the week what I thought about it, and then you have to move on and just make sure that the focus is there for the Adelaide game. And this week we've had a really good, you know, good week on the pitch. The players have trained really well, and you can see that they want to get the result, because they weren't happy, you know, with the performance. They weren't happy with the way that you know, they performed, and so you know, we're all in it together.
Have you sort of worked out why there's this discrepancy? Is there any suggestion?
Oh, look, there's always things. We've been discussing it quite a bit between the coaches, and you know, it's something that's happened far too often. But look, we don't want to really go on about it too much. We'll try and get it right before the end of the season, and we'll make sure that we do.
Have you brought in sports psychologists? Have you spoken to other clubs that have to travel
Yeah,
regularly?
we've spoken to other clubs that travel. We've spoken to a few AFL clubs that travel, and so we know that you know what they're doing, what we're trying to do, and you know in terms of loading and training, and then also you know the sports psych. We've got one that helps us with the club, but we haven't used it on the whole team. But you know, I think on the sports side, so I have to make sure I get it right.
Have you spoken to the Crows, the Eagles?
I'm not going to mention which teams exactly, but all the teams travel a bit in the AFL. Even if you're from Melbourne, you have to travel sometimes to Perth and you know Sydney and whatever else. So we've spoken to a few teams.
Just on Adelaide, what have you sort of made it on a top 4 side, but maybe not playing quite like that standard at the moment?
No, but they still got good players. They're still a good side. Dangerous players. Karuska, Vidicic, Geronimo. You know, and McCain. You know, now that he's moving to midfield, they're probably the ones that you say that can really cause you problems. But the whole side, you know, the beginning of the season they were on fire. They haven't been so good away from home, I know that, but they're still a dangerous side, so we have to make sure that we're ready and we know what strengths they've got, what weaknesses, and we just have to perform on the day.